So to continue with the Tokubetsu, today we're going to discuss some nightmares for the practitioners. There are actually the nomenclature and the confusion that they could bring to us, especially when we study. So due to some questions that people made to me about some studies or some kata from Buge, I want to discuss here the meaning of them and how to easily understand to which area they are linked to. So let's start with some very basic understanding of it. Okay, so let's make it easier for you to understand why also there are some characteristics in some kata. So the first thing for us to understand is the meaning of the words. The nomenclature are very important because mainly they are the reference of what's going on in the technique, okay, or the weapon that you're dealing with. So we are about to discuss some difference of some nomenclature that are almost equal. They have a small part that differs from one to another and make reference to different arts, but let's get into it. The first thing that we must understand is Shinken. Shin means true, truly, and ken is blade. So Shinken means a true blade. It makes reference for true swords or swords that actually have an edge and they really cut. Okay, so this is a name for the true sword. When it's a sword for practice, we call it yaito. Okay, not ken, not shinken. Then let's go to shira. Shira comes from shiroi, that means white. It makes reference to something that is pure. Okay? The other part is ha. So ha makes reference to the hamon, the edge part of the blade. So when I say shiraha, we're putting together the pure plus the edge of the blade. And now let's take the last part of some nomenclatures that actually changed everything. When I say dori, when I say Shinken ShirahaDori, this dori comes from to catch. When I say dome, Shinken ShirahaDome, this dome means to stop. So if I say to you Shinken ShirahaDori, it means that you're probably going to catch a true sword. When I say Shinken ShirahaDome, it means that I'm going to stop probably the attack of a true sword. So you see, they go separately. And now let's talk about how we are going to find them. Okay, so when I say Shinken ShirahaDori, it is a study that we see within Jujutsu. For instance, if I use Jujutsu to catch, to trap, to deal with a swordsman, it's Shinken ShirahaDori. Now, if I have a sword or if I'm going to stop a swordman, stop his attack, and normally I would be probably using also a sword and I'm going to apply an attack, it is Shinken ShirahaDome. It comes from Bato Jutsu. So, Shinken ShirahaDori, Jujutsu, Shinken ShirahaDome, Bato Jutsu. Now, probably you're going to ask me, why is there any difference about Bato Jutsu, Shinken ShirahaDome, and if it is Yai Jutsu art? So, when we are dealing with the Yai Jutsu art, we changed the nomenclature. In Yai Jutsu, it is called FuiwotsuDome. Okay, so let's now talk about the difference between Shinken ShirahaDome Bato Jutsu and that same idea that will be FuiwotsuDome in Yai Jutsu. And yes, there is a difference on the performance of the techniques. Okay, so when we're dealing with the Bato Jutsu, we're normally, you'll see, you can identify in the kata that the person after, it means the person who's going to apply the technique, it stops his opponent, stops the other Shinken, he will push him, and after it he's going to cut it. So there is a small pause, a small timing characteristic where you push the person for you to gain mai, for you to have space for a powerful cut, and then you apply it. So you find that timing exactly at the moment just before the final cut. That is Shinken ShirahaDome Bato Jutsu. Now when we're talking about FuiwotsuDome in Yai Jutsu, we don't have this characteristic. So immediately after you stop the attack, you cut. There is no pause, there is no mind characteristic in it, like this property of pushing your opponent and apply a final cut. So probably now it is easier to identify when is Bato Jutsu or when is Yai Jutsu. Now to get more maybe exciting, now let's take a look of some other nomenclature that you saw in a video recently. Call it Odoroki. So you mean Fuiwotsu is to surprise, to be caught by surprise. So FuiwotsuDome, as we saw before, the dome is to stop something that is happening, that caught you by surprise. When we talk about Shinken ShirahaDori, actually you expect that the person is going to attack you, or you maybe think that there is a possibility. But when we talk about Fuiwotsu or FuiwotsuDome, it means that you did not expect that. It's a really attack that coming by surprise, or you taken by surprise, taking you by surprise in this situation. So when we talk about Odoroki, it's also something that catches you by surprise, but it's something that amazes you. Okay, when you are amazed by something that you did not expect, that is Odoroki. So it was common for samurai to admire their opponent, the skills of somebody that also deals with the sword arts. There is no aspect of maybe being able to admire someone. Actually, they used to search for somebody who could be as good as them for a good fight. Yeah, so being caught by surprise by someone that also uses sword could amaze you, even that you are the victim of the situation, and maybe provide you that admiration for a technique that you did not expect. Okay, so when we talk about Odoroki or some technique with Odoroki, it means that you will be amazed by the technique that was applied on you. Okay, that's the characteristic. So the other day we had a video called it Agaru Odoroki. It means that somebody will be catching us by surprise if we were the attacker, and that person will be sitting down as with the leg crossed. So that's the difference between FuiwotsuDome and the Fuiwotsu meaning and Odoroki meaning. Okay, if somebody attacks you and you do not expect, and you're going to stop this attack, it's FuiwotsuDome. But if a technique was applied and really caught you by surprise and you were amazed by it, that's Odoroki. Okay, so I hope this makes it easier for you to understand the kata. And I hope to see you soon.